Welcome to episode 4 of Motivating Mondays, a weekly podcast and YouTube series dedicated to help Canadian career developers, job developers, and other employer engagement professionals develop the tools, resources, and expertise and network needed to excel in achieving sustainable employment outcomes for their clients and students. My name is Christian St. Cyr, National Director of the Canadian Job Development Network, and today we have part 2 of our 4-part series on job development networking. So last week, we discussed the value of connecting with other job developers in the community. This week, we'll talk about how to best connect with other job developers, getting a sense of all of the organizations involved in job development, and opportunities for collaboration. Now, employers easily lose sight of all of the benefits of job development and have difficulty navigating all of the programs, funders, and agencies and supports. Working together with other job developers can be a huge support in helping employers navigate these supports. So who do you involve in a mastermind group? When you're organizing a mastermind group for job development, you want to make a list of organizations which may be suitable in utilizing the following categories. It may be suitable to utilize the following categories. Provincially funded employment programs and organizations. Federally funded employment organizations. Indigenous funded ISET employment organizations. Organizations with a focus that support youth, mature workers, women, those who identify as LGBTQ2S+, individuals with disabilities, francophones, immigrants, refugees, and survivors of violence and/or abuse. As well as public colleges and universities, co-op education programming, as well as employment services centers, private colleges, both co-op and employment services centers, public and private secondary and high schools, mentorship groups, placement and executive search firms, temp agencies and organizations which provide day labor, vocational rehabilitation organizations, professional licensing bodies, apprenticeship organizations, and industry organizations and professional associations involved in placing workers. In completing the list, create a list of organizations which operate within the boundaries of your community. For each organization, identify the individual or multiple individuals who provide face-to-face service to local employers in your community. If you gather names, email addresses, and even social media handles, it creates an opportunity to establish social media groups and information sharing chains that can be extremely valuable to you even if you don't start a mastermind group for job developers. So how do you start a mastermind group for job developers? Articulating all the benefits of a mastermind group for job development can be difficult. We're attempting to do this through this discussion topic, and we suggest that you share this discussion topic with other stakeholders. But it would be much more valuable to start off with an information sharing event where you can gather together everyone to measure the interest in starting a mastermind group. Once you've created a list of potential community stakeholders, send out an invitation to a planning event. Now, this is a fictitious example that I've created. It's an invitation to the community of Fredericton, New Brunswick, which has a population of about 58,000 people, but could easily apply to any Canadian community. So in this example, we have a subject line. The subject line says, working together to better engage local employers. And the letter reads, Dear Nancy, I'm reaching out to all of the organizations in Fredericton who regularly connect with employers to arrange a day of information sharing, networking, and collaboration. Our goal is to better understand what we all do in the community in the employment services sector and to explore approaches where we can work more closely together in the years to come. We are inviting 30 people from 18 different organizations. Please bring along any promotional materials and business cards that you would like to share with the group. The session is taking place Thursday, May 15th from 10 a.m. to 3 p.m. at our downtown location, Community Employment Services, 152 King Street in Fredericton. We'll be serving lunch and refreshments. Please let me know if you're able to attend and or if you have any questions. Please feel free to reach out to me directly at 506-555-1233, extension 104, or by email. And then the person writing the letter is raj.sidhu at cesfredericton.ca. I look forward to seeing you on May 15th, and I've signed the letter for this example. All my best, Raj, job developer at CES Employment Services. Now, in this example invitation, I've suggested an all-day event where you could provide lunch and refreshments. By no means do you need to follow this approach. The day could be shorter. Perhaps it's a potluck event, or you may not provide any refreshments at all. In this discussion, we're asking organizations to come forward as a sponsor of a mastermind group. That doesn't necessarily mean that they own this group, but they have agreed to facilitate its creation and to step in as the organizer. Your organization will benefit from greater exposure in the community, but we also want to be mindful of our efforts to adopt a team approach, whereby the mastermind group as a whole is a gathering of peers. While the lunch is not necessary, this is something you can arrange. It may be helpful to build comfort, break down barriers, and foster familiarity among the group. For the event itself, please feel free to organize the agenda however you see fit, but you may want to include some or all of the following elements. Perhaps there's an introduction of participants with each person sharing their role and what their organization does in the field of employer engagement. You could have a fun icebreaker exercise. You could have each person sharing the types of individuals that they support and the services they provide to clients or students or employers. You may want to discuss the typical challenges that stand out in the work that each person does. There could be an exploration of the local economy, businesses, and employer expectations. There could be discussion about the common sticking points each participant has experienced in placing individuals in sustainable employment. There can be brainstorming on how organizations can better work together, dialogue on the benefits of establishing a mastermind group for job development, and if there is interest in establishing a mastermind group moving forward, exploration of what this group will look like. This may include whether it will be in person or virtual, where it will meet, times, who will chair the meeting, goals and objectives, and how often the group will meet. You then wrap up with next steps moving forward, whatever the future looks like. Now, a mastermind group should be something that everyone feels good about and is excited to move forward. Not everyone needs to be a member, and people should be welcome to join even after the group starts. With this first meeting, you should establish a mutually beneficial framework where everyone sees both personal and group benefits of participating. Now, competition. The proposal for a mastermind group might seem a little naive at first glance, and you may feel we're overlooking that everyone in this group is competing with each other for clients or students or employment outcomes. Now, this competition is not unique to career development. Human resources professionals regularly meet to network even though they're competing for the same job candidates. Sales professionals attend networking meetings even though they're competing for the same customers. Even restaurant owners participate in local boards of trade, chambers of commerce, and business improvement associations even though they compete with each other for restaurant customers every day. Participants in a mastermind group need to buy into the belief that collaboration and networking will create more employment and placement opportunities across the board. If everyone adopts this proactive approach, the group will be much more successful, and job development professionals will be speaking with a far more cohesive voice when reaching out to local employers. So how does this differ from other community stakeholder gatherings? You might say, well, we have a bunch of nonprofits that already get together. While there are many groups of local stakeholders meeting in the community, having a clear purpose for your mastermind group will assist in ensuring the group is as productive as possible. There may be a group of employment service stakeholders that meet. There may also be a group that meets to discuss disability services or settlement programming or youth initiatives. What differentiates a mastermind group for job development is the singular focus on employer engagement. It's a foregone conclusion that the group is assisting individuals hoping to achieve employment or work placement, but what makes this group unique is the added objective of effectively engaging employers. For this reason, it may be helpful to establish a mission statement for the group. This can be one of the objectives in your first organizing meeting that you host. A mission statement should be unique to your group and reflect what the collected members hope to achieve through the group. It should state a purpose for the group, which can determine who might be appropriate members and ensure the group continues to meet the needs of participants. It's also helpful to address key activities the group will undertake on a regular basis that will help support the mission of the group. This is an example of a mission statement. Here, I'm going to give you an example of a mission statement and a key list of activities and what they might look like. So here's the example of a mission statement. The Fredericton Mastermind Group for Job Development seeks to support, develop, and encourage employment, education, and vocational development professionals to better engage local employers in inclusive hiring and effective recruitment. We seek to achieve this goal through 5 regular activities. 1, active discussion through about employer engagement. 2, publicizing details about programs and services. 3, meeting monthly to network and exchange information. 4, to remain current on the changing labor market. 5, to discuss best practices in effectively engaging employers. Now, while this mission statement and the activities might be suitable for your group, perhaps you'd like to modify it to suit your needs. Its only intention is to be a starting point from which to create your own mission statements and activities. You know, a mission statement might seem like an unnecessary step, but without one, participants might develop unstated expectation of what the group's purpose is supposed to be. Over time, as new members come and past members depart, your mastermind group might develop a new purpose. While this new purpose might be valuable to the community and to its stakeholders, it won't necessarily be dedicated to help job development staff grow in their roles and outcomes. So, how often should these meetings happen? Timing is a key factor for a mastermind group. Groups can take place weekly, bi-weekly, monthly, bi-monthly, or even quarterly. If you're looking for a group that will be actively engaged, build accountability, and motivate the members, you'll likely want to have a meeting that meets at least once per month. You want a date and time. You want the date and the time of the meeting to be clear and predictable. It's the tendency of many meetings to choose the date of the next meeting at the current meeting. This intention is to ensure that the maximum number of people can attend. Unfortunately, there is always going to be a conflict for someone, and groups invariably go forward never quite knowing when the next meeting will occur. By selecting a predetermined date and time, such as the second Tuesday of each month from 1 p.m. to 2:30 p.m. at the meeting room in the downtown library, participants can easily plan for this and schedule it for months to come. Invariably, this will cause a conflict for some, and while this is unfortunate, the long-term success of your group needs to be the priority over one person's schedule. Simply try to schedule a time that will work for most people, even if there's occasionally a conflict. The location of the meeting can be a regular venue or changed based on space availability. The location and the date of the meetings should be predictable, meaning that even if participants haven't attended in some time, they can predict or easily look up the location and the time of the next meeting without difficulty. If you choose to go to the meeting online, choose tools such as Microsoft Teams, GoToMeeting, Zoom. They'll all suffice, but it would be beneficial to encourage participants to leave their cameras on during the meeting to achieve a greater sense of participant engagement. The meeting should be no less than 1 hour and no more than 2 hours. This is a pretty tight time frame, but 1 hour ensures participants get meaningful opportunity to connect, while limiting the meeting to 2 hours ensures that people don't skip it for fear of losing out on an entire afternoon or an entire morning of work. How is a mastermind group run? Great question. For each meeting, there should be a chair and someone to take minutes. Not everyone's going to be able to attend, so establishing a Google Drive folder to track minutes and information shared will be valuable for ensuring those who can't attend regularly are able to get the information. It is extremely valuable to establish a set agenda whereby things that come up can be scheduled in. Work with your group to ensure you build an agenda that is effective and enjoyable to go through. The following is a sample agenda that you may want to adopt or build on in creating your own regularly occurring agenda. So here's the example. Mastermind group agenda. Point 1, identify the chairperson and the minutes taker. 2, discuss meeting is called to order. 3, or next point, discussion of items brought forward from the last meeting. Next point, participants share what is new or challenging within their organization and or their services. Next point, employer perspectives. How has the labor market changed and in a way that is impacting employers? Next point, employer news. Changes in the local employer landscape. Next point, project discussion. Dialogue over whatever project the group is undertaking, such as a large job fair or a networking event. There may be additional items, and then the meeting is adjourned, whereby you could select the chairperson for the next meeting and the minute takers for the next meeting. Then you also want to just confirm the date and the venue. And as I said, if you can keep the date the same predictable date and the venue the same predictable venue, all the better. Now, the minutes taker should distribute the minutes to everyone who attended the meeting and remind everyone about the next meeting. In building an agenda, you want to create a format that is easy to follow, provides tangible items people can discuss, opportunities for people to share what they're doing, and one which celebrates success. You want to avoid implementing policies or items that are overly bureaucratic, time-consuming, and those which don't provide valuable feedback to the individual participant. Finding opportunities to benefit employers. Over the next 3 weeks, we will be discussing how the benefits employers receive in the Mastermind Group for job developers and how this group can raise the profile of job development in the community. For the April 28th meeting, we will return with a live session on Monday morning, Monday, April 28th, 8:30 a.m. Pacific, 11:30 a.m. Eastern, where I will share our plans for a national networking day, providing an opportunity for job developers to gather coast to coast in their own communities to establish mastermind groups. We'll develop community plans and seek out opportunities to grow awareness of job development services throughout the community. We'll be releasing part 3 of this 4-part series next Tuesday, April 22nd, as many career development organizations will be closed on Monday, April 21st. And the link to that session will be in the Job Development Pulse, as well as on YouTube and on most podcast platforms. Thank you so much for joining us. Please click on the like or subscribe button in the platform. We'd also love it if you could rate or review the podcast. We do these sessions live and free every Monday morning with job developers from across Canada. We'd love for you to join us. Just go to jobdevelopment.org to learn more. If you have any questions, just send us an email at info@jobdevelopment.org. Thank you so much for your time. Have an amazing week.